Good evening. I call to order the regular meeting of the Mayor and Board of Trustees of the Village of Burr Ridge for Monday, December 13, 2021. Hannah, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Oh, very nice.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Hannah. Roll call, please.
Here. Here.
Trustee Paveza?
Here.
Trustee Snyder?
Here.
Trustee Mattal? Here. Trustee Smith?
Here.
Mayor Grasso?
Here.
Everyone's here.
Item 3, presentations and public hearings. Tonight we have a presentation of donation to the village, to the Burr Ridge Park Foundation from the village. Hannah, or?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. As everyone heard and saw this summer, we had the inaugural Taste of Burr Ridge event at the Village Center, a very successful event. As part of that, the original idea of a taste came through Burr Ridge from the Burr Ridge Park Foundation. We had been looking for a philanthropic partner to work with on this event anyway in the first place. Given that we were both hosting a taste, it seemed ideal that the Burr Ridge Park Foundation, considering their impact and status in the community, be the ideal partner for that sort of thing. And so tonight, we're here for the culmination of that partnership this year to present them with a check for $2,500 that they will be using to enhance their facilities at playgrounds and other sites across our fine village. We do have a check here for ceremonial purposes, but I'd like to call up our president, Barbara Dorman, and the treasurer, Kim Wenkus, to make a statement of regarding this donation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for putting us on your agenda tonight. And first, it's always nice to go out, come home soon with money. That's always good. We really appreciated being part of this event. And your idea of combining the taste food with the cars and the music really was super, and it brought out the crowds. And we're looking forward to doing it again next year. So thank you so much. It will be greatly appreciated and put to good use at our community parks. This is Kim Wenkus, the foundation treasurer, who will take the money.
Just a quick.
Thank you. All right.
Do you want to say something, Kim?
No.
Okay.
She said it all.
All right. Then we'll go down and do the ceremony.
Okay, where do you want us to?
You're going to be right here in the center, and I'll take a couple pictures of you.
Oh my goodness. Well, just take that giant check.
That's see what you guys get.
Okay. Super.
You guys look lovely. 1, 2, 3, and I think I got enough pictures of you all.
Great. See you again next year. We hope.
Yes. Okay, that'll take us to the consent agenda. At the request of Trustee Paveza, we're going to remove from the consent agenda the approval of the vendor list. So, 5 minutes. A, approval of regular board meeting of November 22, 2021. B, receive and file water committee meeting of November 17, 2021. 6, ordinances. B, approval of an ordinance amending sections 6A 4C and 6A 5C of the Burr Ridge zoning ordinance regarding overhead door height, Z 13, 2021. Text amendment, garage door height. C, approval of an ordinance granting a conditional sign approval for a wall sign at a non-residential lot in the T1 Transitional District, S01, 2021, 7508 County Line Road, Guidepost, Montessori. 7, resolutions. D, approval of resolution accepting subdivision improvements for the Grant Street subdivision, 6100 Grant Street. Can I get a motion to approve the following items on the consent agenda? 5A and B, 6C, B and C, 7D, and 7D.
Second.
Any discussion? Any comment from the public or any questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Snyder?
Yes.
Trustee Skiappa?
Yes.
Trustee Paveza?
Yes.
Trustee Matal?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Francis?
Yes.
6-0.
6-0, the motion passes. Takes us to 6, ordinances A. Consideration of an ordinance levying taxes for all corporate purposes for the Village of Burr Ridge, DuPage, and Cook Counties, Illinois, for the fiscal year commencing on May 1, 2021, and ending April 30, 2022. Evan?
Thank you. As stated, this is the approval, or consideration of approval. There is the 2021 property tax levy. Once again, we do property taxes in arrears. So while we're going into 22, you're approving the levy for the previous year to fund future operations. This is a no increase levy before you tonight. Again, the levy is not going up on rate value. What is going up is we are accepting the new construction value that has gone up in the village over the previous year. That is the sole reason for the value of the property tax levy going up. Again, it is not related to any element of a tax rate going up in real value. Again, as approved, this would be less than 2% of the property tax bill. We're actually getting very close to being 1.5% of the property tax bill. So the property tax line continues to be held as directed. Thank you.
Thank you. Stated another way, this is a 0% increase.
Correct.
Can I get a motion to approve the ordinance levying taxes for all corporate purposes for the Village of Burr Ridge, DuPage, and Cook Counties, Illinois, for the fiscal year commencing on May 1, 2021, and ending April 30, 2022? So moved.
Second.
Any discussion at the board level? Any comment or discussion or questions from the public? Roll call, please.
Trustee Paveza?
Yes.
Trustee Matal?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Francis?
Yes.
Trustee Skiappa?
Yes.
Trustee Snyder?
Yes.
6-0.
6-0, the motion passes. 7, resolutions A, consideration of resolution recognizing 20 years of service to the Village of Burr Ridge Patrol Officer Robert Worth. Chief?
Good evening, Mayor, Board of Trustees. I'd like to introduce to you Officer Robert Worth, and we also have a very special guest, his daughter Mia. Mia, come on up front with your dad.
Yes, please come up.
Mayor, I'll hand it off to you.
Okay, thank you. We have a resolution here that I will read, and I will ask for a motion for approval. Resolution recognizing 20 years of service to the Village of Burr Ridge Patrol Officer Robert Worth. Whereas Robert Worth did, on December 10, 2021, mark his 20th year of employment with the Village of Burr Ridge, and whereas Robert Worth has served as a patrol officer of the Burr Ridge Police Department since December 10, 2001, and whereas Robert Worth has also served the Burr Ridge Police Department as a DARE officer, community policing officer, field training officer, bicycle patrol officer, detective, taser instructor, and CPR and AED instructor. And whereas Robert Worth has, in his role as community policing officer, coordinated and presented curriculum at the Burr Ridge Citizens Police Academy, coordinated and presented several public safety seminars, annually coordinated and participated in the DuPage County Shop with a Cop event, and manages the collection and disposal of the prescription drug take-back program, excuse me for that. And whereas Robert Worth has provided dedicated and exceptional service to the village residents, businesses, and the community at large over the past 20 years, now, therefore, be it resolved by the Mayor and Board of Trustees of the Village of Burr Ridge, Cook and DuPage Counties, Illinois, that Robert Worth shall hold a place of esteem in the minds and hearts of the residents, businesses, and employees of the village, and is offered our sincere congratulations on the completion of 20 years of service. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimously adopted on this 13th day of December 2021 by unanimous vote of the corporate authorities of the Village of Burr Ridge. Trustees Francis, Paveza, Skiappa, Snyder, Matal, and Smith. Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations.
No, you were trying to get in. Thank you all. Seven B, consideration of a resolution authorizing the Village of Burr Ridge to participate in the National Multi-State Opioid Settlement and authorizing the execution of related settlement agreements. Evan?
I'm going to have Attorney Durkin present on this one.
Mike?
Yes, due to some legislation that was passed this July, the Attorney General controls the participation in the filing of new lawsuits regarding the opioid crisis that various municipalities throughout the nation have faced. There are two pending settlements, one with a distributors group and one with a manufacturer group, in which you are required to opt in on or before January 3rd. If you do so, choose to be a participant in that settlement. Otherwise, if you were to choose to bring your own lawsuit, first of all, you need the Attorney General's approval to do that after the July date that the statute went into effect. And secondly, the Attorney General's office would control that litigation in terms of resolution so that it wouldn't interfere with this class action settlement. So this ordinance, resolution rather, authorizes the village administrator to execute the two settlement agreements. He's done so already, so you're also being asked to ratify his execution. The amount of those settlements will be determined. Unfortunately, it goes through the state level first, and after the state gets their pickings, whatever's left over will be distributed on some basis to be determined by the Attorney General. The state of Illinois could be based on population, could be based on at-risk populations, but we might as well participate and receive something for that. And then those funds will be directed as provided by the settlements.
Any questions? Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the resolution authorizing the Village of Burr Ridge to participate in the National Multi-State Opioid Settlement and authorizing the execution and ratification of related settlement agreements?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion at the board level? Any discussion from the public? Any questions, any comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Francis?
Yes.
Trustee Skiappa?
Yes.
Trustee Paveza?
Yes.
Trustee Snyder?
Yes.
Trustee Matal?
Yes.
6-0.
Thank you. 7C, consideration of a resolution approving the extension of a legal services agreement for administrative hearing officer of the Village of Burr Ridge. Evan?
Thank you, Mayor. Judge Filan's current contract to serve as the village's administrative hearing officer expires at the end of this month. This contract would extend her term as our hearing officer through January of 2023. Change in date is for no other reason than we only typically have one December meeting. We felt that the January date would provide just additional flexibility in the future as needed. There is no change in compensation. Judge Filan has requested that her compensation remain the same throughout this extension. And that's about all. Thank you.
Any questions? Yes, Russ.
Just a commentary. I want to thank Evan and the staff for researching the financials for this past year. It's a great program. Anytime I see that we are net positive $30,000 plus, it's a great program for our residents, so I'm all in favor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's saved lots of police time out of the village of Burr Ridge. People forget, or they should be reminded, that under the old system, they would actually physically have to leave the village. In the past, going to Downers Grove and be away for a number of hours, that ended, and so if we hadn't gone to this system, they would have to travel to Wheaton and be gone basically a half a day, just for traffic violations, and oftentimes not needed to testify. So this is I hate the term win-win, but it does apply here. We keep our officers here, and we have gotten money from it, a lot of money. And this year we had startup costs that we won't have going forward, and a little bit of a learning curve that we won't have going forward. So with that, we did get one public comment. Someone in the village, one of our residents, was against approval of this contract for reasons she stated, and we distributed that email to all of you, is my understanding, right? So you saw her comments, and that's the only negative comment we received. With that, let me see if I can get a motion to approve the resolution approving the extension of a legal services agreement for Administrative Hearing Officer Judge Filan for the Village of Burr Ridge.
So moved.
Second?
Any comment at the board level? I'm sorry, yes? Someone have a comment?
No, I was pointing to the
Okay.
clerk that
Thank you.
I
That's all right.
motioned.
Any comment from the public? All in favor?
Aye.
We got to
Oh,
take
because
a roll
of the
call. We're
contract,
spending
I'm sorry.
money.
Yeah, spending money. Thank you for that. Sorry. Roll call, please.
Trustee Skiappa?
Yes.
Trustee Matal?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Francis?
Yes.
Trustee Paveza?
Yes.
Trustee Snyder?
Yes.
6-0.
6-0, the motion passed. That takes us to 8 considerations, and this is the vendor list. Approval of the vendor list dated December 13, 2021, in the amount of $6,337,394.49 for all funds, plus $191,575.31 for payroll for the period ending November 27, 2021, for a grand total of $6,568,969.80, which includes special expenditures of $80,616.75 to DUCOM for dispatching annual commitment, and $6,029,700 to U.S. Bank for the retirement of Burr Ridge's outstanding bond debt. So kudos to Trustee Paveza for asking to have this taken off the consent agenda. And Al, you said you had a comment.
Yes, as I was going through it, I wasn't sure, special expenditure of $80,616 seemed a lot. I wanted to make sure I was familiar with what it was for, and I was right, but an expenditure of this, I thought it would be better to detail it so the public knew what it was.
Sure. The $80,616.75 to DUCOM is our 911 service, which I have a lot of, I know an awful lot about because I was the 911 board chairman when the 2 PSAPs were built and opened, and in my opinion, Burr Ridge in particular and DuPage County have the best 911 service available. Our PSAP is through DUCOM. I know the chief is very happy with it. I know I'm happy with it. I was happy with it with them when I was the 911 board chairman. This is good protection for the amount of money we pay. We have state-of-the-art protection, and our people can feel that they're safe, and when they need emergency services, they're going to get them. So that's what the $80,000 is for. Any questions on that? The other big number here is one to be very proud of. You 6 are probably, I'm going to go take a wild guess here, but you 6 are probably the first board to be able to vote for a village to pay off its debt, its bond debt. Of course, we always have pension debt, every village Village has that, but this is bond debt. No other probably village north of I-80 has probably been able to ever say that. Certainly not in the last 20 years. So $6,029,700 paid off in cash, our money, paid off our bond debt. So thank you for that vote too, and thank you for the leadership. And setting what I think is a great example for government. Could have rolled it over and had the explanation of, low interest rates and taking advantage of that. Instead, we had the fiscal ability to do this, and I think it sets a great example. So thank you all for doing that. All right, that takes us to item 9, public comment. We haven't voted on it, so,
I'll make a motion, we approve the vendor list.
thank you. Got a second?
Second.
All right, any other comment? Yes.
So paying off the debt is for paying off the debt that was used to finance our police station. And so we're proud of that. Our beautiful police station, the beautiful facilities that our fine police force has to enjoy and work from and maintain the high standards of safety, resident safety here in our village. So I just want to make mention of that as well.
Yeah. Again, a fact I assume everybody knows, but that $6 million was for the police department.
Okay, somebody
That
forgot.
was opened in 2010? 2010? Okay. So it's been paid off. Thank you. Any other comments?
Actually, I have one. Not only do they have a great police station, but if any of us have gone through there, it is kept immaculate. It's kept always in great shape.
Well maintained.
So kudos to the police gentleman right over there in the corner.
Right.
Yep.
And it's used, our training facility room is used by other police
Yes.
departments.
Yes.
All the
They come
time.
here for that.
Yep.
All right, with that, any other comment at the board level? Any question? Any comment from the public? Any question from the public? Roll call, please.
Trustee Paveza?
Yes.
Trustee Matal?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes.
Trustee Francis?
Yes.
Trustee Skiappa?
Yes.
Trustee Snyder?
Yes.
6-0.
6-0, the motion passes. Congratulations again. That takes us to 9, public comment. Is there any public comment tonight on any subject? No public comment. Reports and communications from village officials. Russ, anybody on this side? Anita?
Yeah. I just wanted to congratulate Hannah Wyant and the staff for doing such a great job of executing the village events in 2021. They're back to the drawing board, planning out the community events for 2022, so stay tuned, and we wish everyone a happy holiday.
Anybody else? Yes, Al?
Just a comment that a lot of the houses in Burr Ridge, people decorate it and light it up, but if the people haven't gone south on County Line Road between 86th and 87, they gotta see something. It's not only a block or two long on both sides, but on the west side, it's a block deep. So they really go all out. So I think it's something that people should take a little time and go by there.
Right. Mrs. Partapillo has been doing that every year for many years.
Whose house is that?
It's the Partapillo home. And it's a 10-acre property. They have a train back there, and they do this every year.
They should open it for tour.
Well,
No, they don't want
I don't think they want to do that, but I think if you stand at the gate and you can still appreciate it, or go along 87th Street, you can see it. But County Line and 87th Street, and she's done it for many years. It's a great, great thing. Okay, any other? Tony?
Yeah, and so with the holidays, I want to wish everyone happy holidays as well. Mr. Mayor, wanted to know if I could poll my fellow trustees here on something that was brought to my attention as a liquor commissioner as well, serving the village of Burr Ridge. There's an establishment here in the village of Burr Ridge that has a license that goes to midnight. It's Are We Live, that's in the village center, and with the New Year's Eve holiday coming along, he had asked me if we can do something to extend his license by an hour or two, just past midnight, so that his patrons can enjoy New Year's Eve and ring New Year's Eve in. And I know they've been open for about 3 months without any problems, any noise complaints, or any issues. And so what I would like to do is just hear from my fellow trustees to see if you guys would be amenable to, extending for that one night, that New Year's Eve.
So he's asking for an hour to 1 a.m.,
To 1 a.m., yes.
New Year's Eve only.
New Year's Eve only, yes.
Anybody?
I think, Gigi's, Capri's done a good job. Are we live for the 1 hour? That's all the restaurants. It brings business for us in the village. So for the 1 hour, one time, I would be for it.
Anybody else? Yes, Russ?
Is there any other restaurants or is there any other restaurants that are limited in hours till midnight? So everyone else has flexibility of being open till 1? Okay.
He's the only one that's limited.
Right.
Everyone else has a license till 2 o'clock.
And is there any plans for live music? Because that's a concern.
I don't think he's got.
Or an outdoor presence.
Oh,
No,
not New Year's Eve?
No outdoor.
Yeah, going. Yeah, it could be 60, it's going to be 60 this week, but
Yeah.
I didn't hear that as
No.
what you were saying.
Yeah, my understanding is no outdoor, and then I didn't hear anything about live music.
His request was only extension
To 1 a.m.
hour.
for one day.
Which makes sense, because everyone
Right.
who's there for the New Year's party is gonna stay till.
Because right now, what he has is he's got to kick everyone out at 11:30 for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So
Okay, we got consensus. Chief, you okay with that? Okay. All right, anybody else on public comment? Okay, I have a few things. All village offices will be closed on Friday, December 24, and Friday, December 31st, for the Christmas and New Year's holidays. On a sad note, we lost one of our great residents, Ron Toronto, this week. The Toronto family literally puts bread on our tables. Although I knew Ron, I only learned this week that he himself was an immigrant coming here to America at the age of 15. Joining then his brothers came, and his father started the baking business, and they took it over and took it to the heights it is today. Ron also had a huge heart and was in many charities, did lots of public and civic duties. Many people might not know that the Italian Constitution provides for one senator from North America. And Ron Toronto was that senator, Senatore Renato Toronto, to the Roman Senate for, I think, 10 years, 2 terms, I think it was. And I'll just give you a little aside to this. When I was mayor back in, I think it was 07 or 08, Jen and I took the kids skiing. We were in Whistler in Canada. And I'm in this little town, and we went in for something, and the newspaper just caught my eye because it said, so-and-so loses to Burr Ridge, Illinois resident. What? Pick it up, I read, Ron had won the election, and his competition was in this little town in British Columbia. Again, it was for North America. So he served us there, and Ron's, one of his sayings, his daughter Lisa gave a eulogy that was just right on. I'm sure Ron was very proud of it. And one of his sayings was, sempre avanti, always forward. So I thought that's a good message going into the next year. Also, on another note, another prominent Burr Ridge resident, Dan Webb, prosecutor Dan Webb, and I got his permission to say this tonight. We're very proud that Dan, convinced the jury, presented evidence, and let a jury decide the Jussie Smollett case. And I think it's a great statement from somebody from Burr Ridge about justice, law and order, and that our jury system seems to work. And our own Dan Webb did that. So congratulations to Dan for making Burr Ridge proud of that. And then finally, just a little Christmas message. Jan and I were putting up the Christmas tree the other day. Grandkids were going to come over, and so we had our Christmas music on. And for the first time, I really listened to a song, Christmas song I've heard probably 1,000 times, but I never really listened to the words. It's I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. It's actually a poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, pretty well-known poet. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read parts of it to you. And it starts out, I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet. The words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. It was as if an earthquake rent the heartstones of a continent and made forlorn the households born of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And in despair, I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then pealed the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men. We've been through another year of heck, with the pandemic. I read a statistic the other day that the vast majority of the 800,000 Americans that have died from COVID-related deaths happened in 2021. So we're still fighting this. I think these masks and these vaccines are going to be something of a... But we endure as a people. We still live in the greatest country on earth. We have lots and lots to be thankful for. So please have a very Merry Christmas, and on behalf of the board of Burr Ridge, to all of our residents, peace on earth and goodwill to men. Thank you. With that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Next year to January 10, 2022. Got a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
We're adjourned. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're adjourned. Happy New Year, everybody.
Here.